Hey guys, TNR Nicotron here, and we've got yet another new episode of the uncle who works for Nintendo. And in last time's episodes, we found out that the Game Boy Color that was in the burned down house has something to do with the uncle. So we're going to restart at 7 in the den and have a see what happens. Right. You head toward the kitchen, thinking you may grab a soda from the fridge on the way. You have to head through the dining room. Andrew's mum and dad are still there. The table hasn't yet been cleared, and they're still sitting in the exact same place as you left them. In fact, you realise they aren't moving at all. They sit there, completely still like mannequins. Andrew's dad is holding up his glass of lemonade as if getting ready to take a drink. Andrew's mum has her head turned and her mouth slightly open as if she froze immediately after you, and Andrew left the dining room. Attempt to talk to them. Hello? They don't respond. Thunder rumbles outside. They don't seem to notice. This isn't funny. They aren't even blinking. Run past them into the kitchen. You are in the empty kitchen. The dining room is behind you. You could grab something out of the fridge or exit through the back to return to the den. Return to the den. Tell Andrew about his parents. You tell Andrew about what you saw. What? He asks, looking over his shoulder at you and pausing his game. Your parents are sitting in the dining room still. They're not moving. They're not even blinking. Are you sure? Says Andrew, frowning at you. I bet they're just being weird. Give me a second. As he stands and moves out of the room, he points back at the 64. You can play my game if you want. Wait. You stand alone in the den, listening to the wind outside and the chiming of the grandfather clock. You try to listen to the conversation Andrew must be having with his parents, but you can't hear anything. After a while, Andrew comes back. They look fine to me, says Andrew. Mum said she's going to bring us popcorn soon. But I saw them. Nice try for a prank, though, says Andrew, seemingly ignoring you. Oh, and one more thing, he says while he resumes his spot in front of the Nintendo. Thanks for sending me out, then. Mum made me help her clean up after all. Special company. What? Oh, my uncle is coming to visit. Time passes. The clock chimes. You are in the den. Talk to Andrew. To ask about the parents. So how are your parents doing? What are you talking about? Asks Andrew. They're fine, I guess. How's your mum? She's good. I wish she didn't have to work so late all the time. Listen, I know this will sound weird, but at dinner I thought I saw you dead. Listen, I thought, yeah, let's go for the beer one. Andrew doesn't even look at you. My dad doesn't drink, he says. Yeah, I know, that's why it was so weird, because when I looked again, it was just a glass of lemonade. Yeah, mention the lemonade. This seems to catch Andrew's attention as he stops playing the game and turns to look at you. Are you sure you saw that? Yeah, totally weird, huh? Yeah, says Andrew. And then he grins at you. Maybe you're losing it. So much for that. What else is there to talk about? Never mind. Let's call Mum again. Passing hesitantly through the now empty dining room, you enter the kitchen where the phone sits on the counter. Call Mum. You dial your mum's work number and wait. She picks up after 3 rings. I want to go home. I'm going to see what happens if we leave the Game Boy, basically. Yes. Turn to the den and pack your things. The clock chimes. Quietly begin gathering up your things. This draws Andrew's attention. What are you doing? He asks. Explain that you're leaving. I'm not having fun. Or you can say, but you will, I promise. There's so much stuff I had planned for tonight. I was going to let you play the next Zelda game, the one that's not even out yet. Before you can say anything, he's already running upstairs. Andrew continually runs up and down the stairs, bringing you games and consoles while you pack up your things. Every time he presents something new, you ignore him or brush it off with an uncaring shrug. Please, Andrew says. Just stay. Stay the night, please. Outside you hear a car horn honk. No, you say, and with your night bag slung over one shoulder, you march to the front door and exit into the night. As you walk to the sister's car, you see your little sister. Yeah. Back to the house. Andrew's standing in the doorway, totally still, not screaming, not crying, not doing much of anything. The car begins to pull away from the house, and as you watch, you see his parents appear in the doorway behind him. Don't wave. Without acknowledging you, Andrew's parents lay their hands on his shoulders. You recognise in their movements something unnatural, something stiff and mechanical. They turn Andrew back into the house, the door closing just as everything slides out of view. When you turn around in your seat to look out of the back window, you can't even see the house's lights. Andrew doesn't show up at school on Monday. Or Tuesday. Or Wednesday. On Thursday, you ask your teacher, Mr. Scott, where Andrew is. He blinks at you confusedly. Oh, he says eventually. Andrew, well, I'm surprised he didn't tell you about this, but he and his family moved away. The house is empty when you ride your bike by that afternoon. It somehow seems even larger without anything or anyone in it. A for sale sign stands in the yard out front. Go home. You never see Andrew again, and eventually, as the years pass, you forget about him entirely. Okay, so we got exit there. Right, okay. That was pretty creepy with the parents and that, wasn't it? We're going to have to see if... what's this? Go away. Told you can't go. Right, cool. We're going to try again in the next episode too, guys. Until then, cheers.